Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. It's been another big day in the NFL, and things change. That's what's amazing about the NFL. A couple of weeks ago, we were left for dead. Nobody gave us a chance, a break, in even a sniff of a playoff chance. We were talking about Lincoln Riley coming in to replace Jason Garrett. We were talking about Scott Linehan about to be fired during the bye week. We were talking about Dak Prescott needing to be replaced. And now we're in first place in our division, the fourth seed, if playoffs were to happen today. Playoffs? You're talking about playoffs? Playoffs? That's right. We're talking about playoffs. Now, the other good news is when you look around at what has also happened in the NFL, in the NFC, there's some things that have also bode well for us to have an opportunity for possibly a wild card if we don't win our division. And make no mistake, with the Eagles winning today, barely beating a bad Giant team, they're not out of it. They beat the Redskins without Alex Smith next week. All of a sudden, they're playing us for first place the next week if we lose to the Saints. And I think we've got a good chance against the Saints, but that's going to be a tough, tough match, and we'll be going on about that tomorrow, the next day, and stuff as the week goes on. But we're going to look at the picture as it stands right now. But if the playoffs were to take place today, right now, the Saints and the Rams would be our top two seeds. We would be the fourth seeds, as well as the Bears being the third seed. Who saw that coming? With the Vikings and Redskins as the wild cards. Now, with Carolina, they decided to man up, try and go for two last week, not convert it, and end up losing that game. They end up losing today to the Seahawks. Now, for us, if worst comes to worst and we do not win the division, we have to start looking at the wild card situation. Now, the bad thing for us, because we lost to the Seahawks and we lost to the Panthers, they own a tiebreaker. So even though we have identical records, they have a better record because they beat us. So it's advantageous for one of these two teams to have a worse record than us. Also, too, the Eagles, they're right there at 5-6. If they could end up beating us the following week, depending on the division record, because we would have split, they could possibly be in first place and win the division. And with the Minnesota Vikings, let me move this back up. The Minnesota Vikings at 5-4-1 as the fifth seed. Um, if the Packers end up winning tonight, then of course they're both 5-4 and have a worse record by half a game than both of us. Then we would be ahead of them in the wild card chase. So that's where we're kind of landing there. The amazing thing with the Panthers is they were 6-2 and looking like they could challenge the Saints for the division. All of a sudden, they're going downhill, and they still have to play. This is crazy. The Saints, the third to the last game, and the last game of the year still. So, unless the Saints have absolutely nothing to play for, you could see them losing a couple more games. So, it's very possible that we could end up being either the division winner or possibly a wild card. And what's interesting is everybody talked about how bad the NFC East is. Um, I won't go quite that far because you start looking now at the NFC South. You have, of course, the Saints that are head and shoulders above everybody, and now you've got the Panthers that are on a three-game losing streak. Then you've got Atlanta, who has just been abysmal the last couple of days below 500, and Tampa Bay. Not exactly world beaters. And then when you go out west, you've got the Rams, and then you've got Seattle, but the 49ers and Arizona are abysmal. So, we're not a juggernaut division, but between the Redskins, us, and the Eagles, we're not that bad. Or maybe I'm crazy. So, the playoff picture will definitely clear up a little bit more tonight as well with this game. So, stay tuned. Root for the Packers. Oh, God. Did I say that? Root for the Packers? Ugh. Root for the Packers, and we'll see what happens. I'm Mark Holmes with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and thank you guys for watching the Joe Boo Sports Report.